What are the three biggest mistakes that move-up home buyers are making in this market, and how can you avoid them? Hey guys, 𝐓𝐡𝐫𝐞𝐞 here from eXp Realty and Homes by 𝐓𝐡𝐫𝐞𝐞 here in Hoboken, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the three biggest mistakes we're seeing move-up home buyers make and what you could do to avoid them. So first of all, let's just quickly define what is a move-up home buyer. A move-up home buyer is someone who currently owns a home and they're looking to move typically to a larger home as their family grows or their needs grow, maybe work from home. And they are looking to do that in the same market or many times in a new market. So we're going to talk about the three mistakes that we see when we have our first conversations many times with the sellers, as our market is a feeder market to bigger homes in the suburbs as people's families do grow. So mistake number one is we see people jump the gun on purchasing the new home without really understanding what the value is to sell or to potentially rent the home that they currently own here in Hoboken, Jersey City, or Hudson County. They think they have a decent idea, they think they have a reasonable understanding, and they have their finances in line, but then their expectations might not be fully aligned with what reality is, and the numbers might not align exactly how they want them to, causing them to have a bigger expense or not as much cash flow on the property if they rent it for a little bit less than they were expecting. So number one is really know what your home is worth, both rental and sale, depending on your plans going forward. Second mistake we see a lot of homeowners make is they're not fully aware of the details of what selling or renting their home really looks like in Hoboken or Jersey City. So they might not be taking tax implications into account. So here in New Jersey, if you own the home for 3 out of the last 5 years, if you lived in the home for 2 out of the last 5 years, you don't have to pay capital gains taxes when you sell. So if you have a long time horizon to keep the property as a rental, you're going to have to pay capital gains eventually. If you have a short one, you could avoid them. But have you lived in it for 2 out of the last 3 years and you have a plan to then sell it after that 3 years, or do you want to hold it for the long term? The other thing is, how much equity do you have in the property? Could that equity be better spent invested in the stock market or investment property where the income might be good and you're getting cash flow or a little bit, or you're breaking even, but maybe there's so much equity there that it makes more sense to sell it and reinvest that money other places. And when you jump the gun, first mistake, and you don't know the back end details of what holding that property versus selling that property look for, you may not be able to optimize the financial return and future investment if you don't do your homework up front. Those are the top two. And number three, the biggest one we have, is especially important when you're leaving the market that you currently live in and you're looking for another local agent to help you in that new market. For us, it'd be Montclair, it can be Ridgewood, it can be Westfield, it can be any place about 30, 40 minutes west of us, which is primarily where our move-up buyers are moving to, is they come to us after they've already talked to another realtor and made an offer out there, and we are not be able to coordinate with the other realtor and let them know what kind of timeline we're looking at, what's the market expected days on market, when could they get a commitment letter, all these different things, especially if you're going to be contingent when you're buying out in the suburbs or in a different market. You should really coordinate with the listing agent and have them talk to your buying agent out there and make sure they understand what types of markets and expectations they really should be working within, to make sure everyone's on the same page and you don't get halfway down a deal in another market and then understand you can't fulfill that deal because this market you're selling or renting in won't align with the same timeline. So those are the three, guys. Hope those are helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Catch you on the next one.